Hello, welcome to another video on this YouTube channel. This is Rini Rose Matthew. I am an author and a language trainer. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, do not forget to subscribe, like, and share the content. Many of you have been asking me to launch sessions, course, even take classes on YouTube. I'll tell you something very clearly. I'm planning to launch sessions in the future, but not immediately. That too, paid sessions. YouTube also is a platform where people can teach, and I've come across a lot of people who do that. So when so many people are giving free resources, make use of that. Also, when I launch, it's going to be paid. I'm just working on the schedule because I am very busy with a lot of things, especially writing, taking webinar sessions and all that. So whenever you come across a video on my channel, ensure that you listen to at least 70% of the videos, because most of the topics that you're asking, most of your questions have already been answered. Okay, so now coming to today's video. So what is the topic for today's video? Okay, so I'm going to talk about communication skills. Many people wanted to know more about communication skills. I'll tell you what is not communication skills so that you will know what exactly is communication skills. Okay? Because I know that there are so many people talking about this, so many people giving you free courses and training sessions. I don't want to do the same thing because you're already watching it. Make use of every content, every good content, quality content available on YouTube and other resources. Okay, so now coming to the first point, having fluency in a language is not communication. Suppose you're very good with English or Marathi or Bengali, you can speak very well with flow and fluency. You cannot call yourself to have good communication skills. So every point will have an example if possible, okay? I was working in an institution, okay? I don't want to name the institution. I've come across people who are supposed to lead a team with good fluency, exceptional language skills. They can speak, they can write, they can even speak more than 3 languages. But coming to communication skills, literally, they miscommunicated, creating a lot of problems within the team and outside the team. I've come across people like that. Very good in English language, in so many languages, but they don't know how to communicate. How is that possible? Communication is not fluency. Communication is not using very high-tech words. It is the way you convey, body language, your approach, the way you talk to a person. All these things, it's a combination of so many things. Okay, that is the first point. The first point is it is not fluency in a language. I'm not talking about only the English language, all right? By the way, this is not a channel that only gives classes and tuitions on English classes, teaching grammar and all that. That is not my focus. Please read the description if you haven't to find out more about the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. The second point is whenever you communicate with a person, to have good conversation is different. The art of communication is there. Now let's not go into the art. What I'm trying to tell you is make sure that you are a good listener. While you're talking, you should give time for the person who's listening to you to also speak. First you listen, then you speak or respond, whatever you're doing. Some people, they go to the extent of just self-elevating or talking about things that are prevalent in their own life. It's okay, you can share. That is not sharing. You speak about little things that are not interesting. You speak about people that the listener is not aware of. You need to describe it in an interesting way, or at least the person, the character should be of interest, some interest. Otherwise, if you're going to talk about minute details, giving a lot of details, talking about something that is not very relevant, once or twice the person will listen to you, but the third time you can see it on the face, the person won't be interested. And the minute you know that the person is not interested, please don't take the person to boredom. Okay, try to change the topic and ask the person something else. I've seen a lot of people who just keep on talking, and that too about something which is irrelevant. That is completely irrelevant. Okay, like this is what happened. There is a person, I went there, I did that, all the normal things, the usual things. You can talk about something entertaining, interesting, something which is inspiring. Yes, good, people will be interested to listen. And also, you should have the patience to listen to what the other person is saying. That is also communication. You can't keep on talking, or you can't always ask the other person to talk. It should be give and take policy. It's like a bridge where you cross, allow the person to cross. Okay? The next point is, I told in the first point itself, it is part of the first point, that using high-tech words or high vocabulary, very good words, will not make your communication good and excellent. You can also use simple words and communicate excellently well. You can be a very good communicator. It's not necessary that you have to motivate and inspire, because once I asked a few people while I was taking a seminar for college students, what is communication? They said it's more of motivation, inspiration. Okay, that is also there, but still, when you're able to convey something in the right way where people can understand you, that is part of communication. It's not just using high-tech words and using high vocabulary and showcasing something. Even if a person is not showcasing, you should make sure that the listener is able to understand. Sometimes you need to have the same wavelength. If the person doesn't have the same wavelength, also make sure that the person understands. That is also part of communication. Well, the next point is, I already told you that you should make sure that you listen to the person who is talking to you. Now, do not jump into conclusions. When you're communicating, when the other person is also trying to say something, it is a give and take policy. Make sure that you don't jump into conclusions. Suppose a person starts off saying, last week I had this problem, or I'm having this problem right now, or this is something that happened to me, I'm sharing my achievement. Don't suddenly presume and make judgmental statements saying, well, this happened to me, my relative, this is what happened, this is what I told them. Listen to the entire context, the entire situation. You can tell, you can share your experience of knowing that particular thing, saying, a person in my relation, a person in my family faced a similar problem, but yours is slightly different. This is what they did. But still, yours you need to think about what should be done, what could be done. Do not pass judgmental statements. It is not going to help. The person is confiding, trusting, and coming and sharing something with you. It takes a lot of effort, time, and trust. Even if it's not trust, at least time and effort. So make sure that you don't pass judgments in the first 10 or 15 minutes. If you haven't understood something, just be quiet. Just be silent. Or try to clarify it if the person is very close to you. All right? The next part is, when you're asked to give suggestions or when you're asked to give some advice, if you know, give. Otherwise, you just have to politely say, I'm not sure of what you're saying, and I'm very sorry, or I'm very happy. Whatever it is, if it's a very good news, I'm happy for what is happening, or I'm sorry for what is happening to you. But this is what I feel. But still, you could cross-check. You could do something from your analysis, from what you feel, because your feeling is very important. Your instinctual decision, that is also very important. Your choice is very important. All that you can say. All right? So if you don't know, don't presume that you know everything just because the person is aged. Because I've seen a lot of old people. I'm not mocking anyone. This is something which I've seen. They feel that they have got life experience and they claim that they know a lot of things. People from certain profession also have seen this. They claim to know a lot of things. They are young, but they claim to know a lot of things. Don't misguide a person. If you don't know, just say, I'm not sure of what is happening. I'm not sure. I'm not the right one to guide you. Body language, the way you carry the things, the way you put out the thought, the way you convey it, the person sitting in front of you, everything is important. Even a look is part of communication. People communicate with their eyes, with hands, that is also communication. Okay, so when you give the wrong gestures, when you give the wrong signals, the wrong cue, that could mislead people. That is not communication. That is not part of good communication. All right. So these are some of the points that you need to keep in your mind. And I have been doing a lot of book reviews. Book suggestions are also coming up in the future. Make sure that you make use of all the content on this channel before asking for load of tips on fluency, load of tips on communication skills, because I have repeated a few tips with a lot of example. And there are so many people missing out on such videos. All you have to do is just go to the first video. You can look at the headings and choose the apt one that will help you in that moment. I hope everything is clear to you. And this is Rini Rose Matthews. Stay positive always. Bye-bye.